Hey everybody, welcome to the show. 13% had no faith. See. Welcome to the show, though. AMD, Hood, lots of other earnings. Earnings. Lots of earnings. Even though we're past the majority of big tech, Nvidia is the cheese stands alone, kind of out there by itself. For the most part, we've kind of got this chunk of earnings that continues. Lots of big companies. And see if I can get the image out here. Right here. AMD today, Supermicro today, Beyond Meat today, Ken Ross, Upstart, Axon, Pinterest. I had a trade on pins. Wonder how that's playing out. We'll see in a few minutes. And then tomorrow, we've got NVO, Humana, McDonald's in there for the open tomorrow. I've got some McDonald's. We've got Robinhood, IONQ, AppLovin, AMC, Dutch Bros, Qualcomm, ARM, Snap, Figma, Elf, D-Wave, Trade Desk, ConocoPhillips, Open Door. Lots of stuff is the bottom line. Even Wendy's out here before they open on Friday. So, anyway, let's start another poll. Here you go. Did you fare well today? Yes or no? If you got murderized, say no. Hopefully people came out today. Okay. So we've got the shutdown rolling on for the government. I don't know when that's going to end. And we'll do 30 minutes of your request, at least 30 minutes. And as per usual, at 6 o'clock, we will go AMA, Ask Me Anything for channel members. So if you're not a channel member, you got basically 57 minutes left to make your decision. I mean, you can join anytime. You just click the join button down here, wherever it is, under here, and be a channel member. I make it affordable. And you can ask me anything when we get to that portion. So, dun, 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 dun. Bitcoin got murderized today, that's for sure. Guess who was saying we were going below 100K? That trade I talked about this morning worked out really well. I put it on X for free. I put it in the Discord channels for free. So 130. Or was it 130? Right here. Right in there. And 4 o'clock, we were 55 points down. I came down all the way to here. Basically 340 points down. And sold that 25,160. Went down 50 bucks more, 50 points more. Bought that 25, whatever it was. I think I've got my numbers right. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. I threw in the bonus trades too. If you're in Discord. Yeah, 25,160, 25,110. Missed it. Sorry. Be another one later. Here's the Sold to open STO 25,160. Did this at 1:32 p.m. 25,110 buy to open. Got 42 buckaroos on the credit. Got paid. And what do? I just waited. Waited till the close. And it closed right up here. And I kept all the money. So there you go. Yeah, ask me anything. Off rule, the same rules apply though. I can't give you trading advice as always. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and this presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. I can't give you personal financial advice, so don't say, hey, I've got XYZ, what should I do? I'm not going to answer that question because I can't give you financial advice. Now, other than that, you can ask me whatever you want to. I don't have to answer, but you can ask me anything. TSLA was getting punched in the face a little bit today. But that's what we got. That's what we got. This trade, I call it the beer money trade is what I've been calling it. Beer money. Now, if you want to know more about this trade, this morning I went through all of the statistics about it. Why this far down? Why that much credit? What the risk is? The risk, 50 points times $100 a point equals $5,000. The gain, $42. Maybe like, whew, that's not worth it. And I beg to differ, because 42 times 250 trading days. If you do this every day, $42 times 250 trading days. This comes out to a crazy number. A crazy number. So look at this. 42, 250, 10,500. You're risking 5. You can profit 10, 500. Now, let's round down and say on average you get 40. Right? Yesterday I got a little more. Today I got 42. So you did that every day and you averaged $40. That'd be $10,000. That's profit. So add these two together. Now you got 15 grand in your account. Holy smoking balloonies. You telling me that's not a good trade? It's boring. It's not, we're not making 20 bajillions percent, but we're making 200% a year. That's not bad. That's tripling your account. So, beer money turns into big money. I've been doing this more than a few days. You can't tell. I've done it quite a few times. Come over here and look. I gotta go to my trades. Did it yesterday. Did it today. Did it Friday. Did it Thursday. Did it Thursday twice. Didn't do it Wednesday or Tuesday. Did it Monday last week. I don't remember to do it every day. I have a after doing the work over the weekend, I put in a reminder on my phone to do it at 1:30 every day. So maybe I'll be more consistent, but I haven't remembered to do it every single day. It has two legs, has a long and a short, and you keep the difference in between them. And doing it over and over and over and over and over. There's another one on the 23rd, another one on the 21st, and I forgot to do it the 22nd. Actually, I did two of them on the 21st. Grabbed it and grabbed it. Two different strikes. I've been playing around like what's the best time, what's the best strikes. And over the weekend, I did a bunch of work on it. And I went through a bunch of that this morning. So if this kind of thing fascinates you, go check it out. This is my real profit loss. This is a real account. Verified. It's not I'm verified. It's the account. And all the trades are verified. And all trades verified. So after midnight, this will update. You'll see the ones from today thrown in here. It's just a neat little trade. I've actually scaled up to size 3 in this account. And today's, I got 44 bucks a contract, I'm pretty sure, in this account. Times 3. It's not chump change. Right? 132 bucks. Use 15K. So if I do that for a whole year, that's 45K just if I keep being consistent with 3 contracts. If I could scale that up to 5 contracts using 25K, talking about 75K a year, roughly. It's not chump change. Well, I guess it'd be 50K a year. 50K, sorry. 50K. This one would be 30K profit. Take your 15 and turn it into 45. Math, hard, tired. Anyway. It's a cool trade. It's boring, repeatable, consistent. That's not true. There's an NDX on. It's not it shows up as NDXP, but it's NDX. Dun, 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 dun. It's just the Nasdaq. Comes through as NDXP because it's puts. I'll show you the trade specifically that I placed right here. It actually does show up as NDXP. Straight from Robinhood, right there. Yeah, it's just a Nasdaq. That was it. I mean, that's Robinhood right there. Looks like I got filled for 45 cents. A little better. A little extra juice. So I went through all the statistics, how big of a move is usually expected every day, what days you should trade it, what days you shouldn't trade it. I went through all of it this morning. This is if you stay at that 300-point range ish. If you stay about 300 points below at the current 25K area on Nasdaq, if you stay about that 300-point range, you're 99.7% likely to make profit. And you're like, oh man, what about that 0.3% that you might lose? So out of 250 trading days, with a back times 0.003%, that's 0.75 of a day you might lose. Round that up, maybe once a year you get in trouble. Now, certain days of the year are shown to be more trouble, like FOMC days, or like we saw back here just a few weeks ago. Everything's gonna be super slow, huh? Love it. See if I'll save and reload. Reload, refresh. Right on the 10th of October. If the wins and then experiences a large down before 130, statistically, it's likely to continue. So days that are big down at 130 Eastern time, maybe skip those days. It's not very often. It's only once or twice a year. Statistically, between FOMC and this, over the last 25 years, that was like most of the times that this thing took a bath. There you go. Let me know if this trade is cool and helpful by voting in the poll. Anyway, I think it's repeatable. It's doable. And a lot of people don't think about how 250 bucks or how 40 bucks a day, 250 days, 40 bucks a day, 250 trading days. Look how that compounds. You just do 40 bucks a day. And we only get 250 trading days. So that's per contract. So you scale up to 2 contracts. Cha-ching. 20,000. 3 contracts, 30,000. 4 contracts, 40,000. 5 contracts, 50,000. See where this is going, right? 50K a month. So we're talking about 600,000, right? My 50K a month challenge. By 12, 50K a month, right? 600,000 a year. What would we need? Well, need 60 contracts. How much would that require? Requires 300,000 in capital, collateral to do that. So I still got a ways to go. Still got a ways to go. I'm only at like 120-ish on this account. And I'm only up like $4,000 a month here. So last month. Year to date, 31. And just a reminder, this started in April. So January, February, March, half of April, I didn't make any money because I wasn't doing this challenge. Then I decided to start posting all the trades on KInfo, use the Robinhood account. There you go. I'm going to build this into a 50K a month machine, cash generate machine. If you find this helpful, beneficial, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Only 13 people voting. So I guess everybody else didn't find that very helpful. All right, cool. Let's jump into it, shall we? So ES S&P 500. Well, can't say I didn't warn you. Can't say I didn't warn you. We have potential to come on down here. This could come on down here. Could be done. I mean, it's possible that, you know, we got enough overlap over here. It's possible this is all done. And we're going to do that. Another interesting thing I see in the market. I spy with my little eye. Was the fear and greed index was hitting extreme fear today. Extreme fear. Usually we don't drop out when the market expects it. When the market sees extreme fear, I mean, look at this. We've been, for the previous close, we were fear. A week ago, we were fear. A month ago, we were neutral. A year ago, we were fear. The market doesn't typically drop out when we're at fear. Certainly not when we're at extreme fear. Just not what happens. Now, we could, it's entirely possible we could pop on down here. I mean, we were just there a few days ago. We pop back down here and then go ripping right back up here. But I don't think this is the big flush out that everybody is concerned about. We just went down a little bit. Good grief. If you're getting hit on 100 points down, I guess 150 points down. If you got hurt today and it was bad, you need to evaluate what you're doing. This right here, when we do this bounce, this one could be the end of this bull market. We're coming up to it. Now, if we were to take a bigger trip down, maybe somewhere down closer to 5,800. If we actually took a bigger trip down here, this might sustain us well into next year. You need to be careful out there. Bitcoin has been well under 100K several times today at this point. Keep making these dips. Funny thing, Bitcoin tends to make a move while the futures market's closed. It usually makes this, for whatever reason, when the futures market's closed between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern time, 4 and 5 p.m. Central, Bitcoin usually gets freed up to move more readily than when the futures market's open. It's kind of funny that way. So we were down here just not that long ago. Right before I was coming live, we were getting ready to push below 99,000. This will be a tell. Like, can we hold on to 100,000? This is a test. If we don't hold it, coming down here, ideal support. Moving on my fibs. Ideal support right down in here. Had that on the chart for a few days. I've been calling for the 100K test for quite a few days. Been talking about it. This was the zone I thought we might be able to hold. We'll see if we can hold it. If this is just a bounce and then we flush on down here, we want to see this ideal support hold right in here around 90, 92. Maybe as low as 89, maybe as high as 94. The ideal level right down in here around 91, 92. Right in there. It's not an exact to the dollar number because this is all fuzzy anyway. When we broke these lows, this was likely. I traded for it. I actually closed the trade today too. When we did that right there. We broke below that low. I put the trade on. Looking for this. When this did this, when it got below that low, it was almost like confirmation that we were going to see this flush out right here. So how to play it? I played on iBit. Bought a 59 put. Sold a 52 put. I still think if we go down to that 92 level, we'll see this drop on down. But I bought a 59 put. Well, 59 put right here. Bought that. Sold this. When I did it over here, cost me $1.30. When I closed it right here, I closed it for $2.40. So made $1.10. Did 5 contracts in my one account. Did another 20 in another account. So made a few bucks. It's just a high probability thing. I guess it was I guess I did it right there. Right up in there when we were getting down in here and breaching, and then rolled it on down. Beautiful. I wasn't looking for, so the risk reward there. I risked $1.30. You say the potential full max profit was like $5.70. But I was happy to keep, happy to make $1.10. The cost was way cheaper than just going at it directly with a put. So there you go. It's one way you can play. Now the premium in iBit is ridiculous. And if we get down here, maybe able to sell a put or do some other kind of credit spread for a bounce, but be careful. The dip can keep dipping if this is crypto winter. I've had so many people tell me that this time is different. There's no crypto winter. Everything has changed. The game's different. There's Bitcoin treasuries you don't understand. The governments are buying it. The this, the that, the other. It's the same story every time. Same story every time. The dip can keep dipping. We're at the time frame where crypto winter can crypto winter all the way down here. Sometime late next year, we can take this path all the way back down. By ignoring the past, you are doomed to repeat it. This was a big retrace. Right there, 75%. This was a big retrace. 80%. This was a big retrace. Upwards of 80%, 85%. If you choose to ignore this stuff, you're doomed to repeat transgressions of the past. It goes in a repeatable cycle. It's probably going to experience another pullback. Now, the question is, does it go higher from 100K or 90K on up here? Or are we going to break down and keep going and get our 80% pullback here, 75%? I don't have a solid answer to that right at the moment. The price action is not telling me. If we did 75% from where we are, ooh, that gets ugly. Puts it back to 30,000. when we breached 25K back in 2024, we left it in the dust right here, touched it one more time, breached it, went bouncing pretty hard. I made the bold statement that that may be the last time we see 25K for a long, long time, if ever. I still hold to that that may be the last time we see 25K. 30K may be the bottom. I'm thinking 40 may be the tip of the bottom this time. But I don't know if we go higher first or we just roll over. Like which path? I don't know. Which one? This one or this one? Can't tell you right now because I don't have the price action that supports anything lower than about 92. Once we get more information out of the price action, I can give you a better guess. Right now, this is saying that it's not done. This looks like a 1, 2. This drop is consistent with being a 3. If we're going to get that 3, probably looks something like, we'll probably find some support down at 97 here. If we see that bounce, it may immediately bounce back up to like 102, 103. And then we may see this finish on up right down here, the 90, 93 area. That's what this is looking like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. That would be a great place to bottom and turn and go ripping higher. This move, how that looks, what it does, the price action, the way it moves up and retraces, what it does is going to tell me, are we able to go up? Are we going to stop right in here and turn down? And this is crypto winner. So the next move back up, the next big correction, is going to tell me the direction from here. If you got wrecked on Bitcoin today, I'm sorry. This has been coming. I've been warning. The signs have been here for days. You've missed it. I've been trying to warn you. So, see how many people are honest. Did you miss it or you just choose to ignore it? Did you miss it or did you choose to ignore it? You know, when this hit right over here, I was pretty darn certain we were about to have a bad time. Now this completed 5 down. That scared me. And then we stopped at the 618 retrace. And I said, holy F muffins, we just completed a 5 down, 3 up. What happens next? This is what happens next. I was pretty confident over here. This confirmed it right here. So, and funny enough, that looks like a little head and shoulders right there. That's a classic head and shoulders type reversal right there. Got a 5 down, head and shoulders. Here we go. I didn't even put that right. Let's see. Get it the right size. So we could potentially go down further. Stop magnetizing this though. There's potential we could go down further right there. Which It's on the upper end of where I thought we might go, but consistent. So stuff's not magic. It's not magic. It's just price action over and over and over. So over and over. That's what that is either a 4-5-1-2 or a 4-5 AB, or this in this case it was an A B C 1 2 3 4 5. So that's what it was in this case, was an A B C 1 2 3. They don't always work that way. Like this one over here wasn't topping. You might have been like, oh, you know, that looks like, but then it went shooting off. And that wasn't the top. That was actually, that was the A, that was the B, that was the C, and then continuation. Moved up into it, 3-wave correction, kept going. So I know there's lots of people that are like, well, I think the Head and Shoulders was here. Imagine that. That's true too. Except this was probably the high. That was probably the top. This was probably an A wave. That's what this looks like. That was the A. That was 3 waves up. That was a B. And then right now we have a potential 1, 2. This looking like a 3. We could get a longer 4 and then one more 5. And this be part of the 3. And this be the C wave. That's why there's still potential to go to 150K. Unless this right here does a 3-wave A, B, C up in the vicinity of the 618 retrace. And then turns down, breaks below that B. That's not going to be a good time for anybody that's long crypto, because that means we're doing a crypto winter retrace. So that's what I'm watching for. Need the rest of this to finish out. I need an impulsive reversal, not a corrective reversal. See, right now we're looking at that high, possibly the low down here around 90, which would leave the 618 level to watch right in here. So when we bounced up, assuming we hold this 90, assuming that's the floor on this move, when we bounce A, B, C, if it's 3 waves and we stop right there, turn back down, that's the emergency time to bail on everything crypto. That's the problem right there. So you're gonna move like this, and a move like this into that vicinity right there, and then break back down. That's the problem. Everybody clear? Now, I haven't closed anything yet because of the potential for going out further. I'm too deep into a 4-year, 6-year position to just bail on it. Like, it's got to confirm that we're going down. And this would be a much more favorable place to get out than right here. Potentially. May not be. But for me, that's the warning sign. Now, if we just go ripping through, we do a 5 up, do a 3-wave retrace, even if it's in this vicinity, hold the 618 here and turn up. 150 to 170K. Is likely. But this is this is the problem we got to get through right now. Now, if it just immediately keeps going, my position's forked. Forked real good. So if we get below about 89, where's the fork? There's a fork in there somewhere. Oh, it's not by itself. It's a fork and a knife. So if we get below 89, my position's forked. So that's what we got. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. All right, let's do some requests before we go to the members only stream. So the rules of the game, got to type in all caps. I got to be able to look it up. And 1, 2, 3, go. Stay off of cryptos, at least altcoin stuff. O'Reilly. I'll just do as many as I can. Then when we go to members only stream, you guys can have free reign. I'm trying not to go too late. I got to go vote for no sales tax increase here. Freaking can't spend the money efficiently, so we're going to raise the sales tax. I don't think so. So that's a potential correction here. And can we bounce, get back through the 618, or go on for down further? It's kind of the coin flip there. On O'Reilly. BX Blackstone. That don't look too good. That looks like a 5-wave A. So this is... That's 5 down. Potential 5 up. Lower high. Confusing is what that is. But maybe that's actually 3-wave up, and that's the A, B, that's the C. And it just went a little more aggressively higher because the proportions don't look quite right. And we're looking at a potential to go right back down here. So what's the tell? How do you know the difference between the two patterns? Watch this zone right in here. Right at it. If we start getting below the 618, that's your first warning sign. Get below the 786. It's your next warning sign. Now, the market's been pushing stuff to the limits lately, so we might get a dip down in here and it save the day and go higher, but that's a deep retrace if this is bullish and that's a correction and we're going bullish from there. This would be the warning sign to me that we're going to push on down here. Get the extension. That 1272 down here. That 3-wave move. So we'd be looking for a bottom somewhere down here. If it breaches that right in here. Alrighty. Coming up on the earnings, and looks like we may get a negative reaction based on the chart. We already hit the extensions. We haven't visited the roadmap line. Could it pop on out? Sure. There's a chance. This would be the most likely thing to occur. Would I trade for it? Nope. I would not. Tesla has the pattern. I mean, this is the pattern. There's nothing broken, nothing lost, nothing. Just had a rough day, but 550. 613 above that. 815 above that. Now, the dues catalyst coming up in 2 days on the 6th. That's the, oh, cool. Upgrade to Windows 11. Your computer is not Windows 11 compatible. What the fudge? Heck with you, Microsoft. What the nuts? All right. It took over my whole side screen over here. Took over with upgrade to Windows 11 now. Except this computer is not compatible, it says. So, beautiful. This is the pattern. There's the high. Here's the low. This is actually an important point here, though. This is a weekly bounce. This is a weekly chart bounce. The activation was right here. 75% likely we're coming up here. 75%. 70% we get up here. Now, time frame. That's the hard part of this. Part you may not like. From this candle to this line, 45 weeks would be the average. 45 weeks. That means almost a year on average to go from here to here. Here's the high. Here's the low. 45 weeks. Now, standard deviation on that is 35. Three standard deviations plus the original average gets 150 weeks to cover the 99 percentile. 99% of these patterns will play out within 150 weeks. That could be a while. We could be looking at July 2028. So this could pull back and do that before we got there. Dollar below the low is the stop. There's the low. Dollar below that's the stop out where the pattern fails. So this is what I'm kind of watching for. You can see it entered right there. That was the entry. %75 likely we're going up here. So, all right. Set my countdown timer. Switch to a members only stream. We'll do that in, let's do it in 10 minutes. And, well, I'll click that in a second. So, any questions on Tesla? Let me know, I guess. Members, channel members, you can ask me when we get there. So, EG. Second, it's going to take a trip back down. 1, 2, 3, right back down to the roadmap line. And Mondelez, MDLZ. Oh, probably going back to the lows. That looks like I first moved down. Retrace. Probably going down. Somewhere down here around 46 to 50. Would be my educated guess. On Mondelez. Irene. I need to go over to this one because I've got everything drawn on this chart. I expected it to top here. It's going on up. 147 is that next fib line. That's it. It could fail at any point. Big retrace back to the single digits. But if we're going on up, that's the next upside resistance around 147. You see, we've been banging around right here at this 72, 71, 72 area. Found resistance here. We can recharge it and pop 147. Means I'm forked. Change a couple letters. That broke below. We've got the last line of the sand down here, but looks like we may be going below the low from back here during COVID on STZ. No bueno. Affirm. Sitting on the roadmap line. Can it be bullish? That's a good question. Got to break through the 86 to go higher from here for a firm. That was on the market roadmap list for the week. Right there. All right. For those I don't get to your ticker, I'll hit them all in the members only stream. So that's at extreme levels. Could extreme be more extreme? 123. Pullback would be what I expect. I wouldn't trade it. Same on this one. Can extreme be more extreme? Sure. I wouldn't trade for it. It's already struggling here at the 1618. Here's the high, here's the low. It's possible we're going up to the 252 area. That's 2 times this last pullback. The distance here. That means it not only climbed all the way back up here, but it also repeated that. And usually stocks don't get that high without some sort of bigger pullback. So I would expect this to take a trip back down here before it can go higher. But they can do crazy things. Bravo, Victor, Sierra. Medical specialty under 10 bucks. It's basically biotech. Don't mess with biotech. I don't trade biotech. I don't try to predict biotech. Most of the time it doesn't end well. FDA can just approve or deny something and it just completely voids the price patterns. So MCK, if you're chasing that stuff, you're not really trading, you're gambling. Unless you have insider connections. MCK's at ridiculous levels here. Ridiculous can keep being ridiculous, but another retrace just like this would be what I expect. A-Lab. Potential to have bounced here. It's a 4-hour bounce right there. If we can get through the 618 at 210, we look for 282, 300 on the upside. CSWC. Capital Southwest Corporation. These are on a different. When they have a high dividend, They're on a different pathway. Real estate investment trusts and investment companies do not typically follow the patterns in the same manner. You have to adjust for dividend. It did not break through this level here. There was the initial investment. Here's the dip, holding a higher low. If we can break back up through, we're looking for, let's move on up here. My target's up here around 27. See how it does. You got to adjust for the dividend though. And unfortunately, every time it pays a new dividend, it adjusts all the numbers. Actually, it changes the target and everything. So, got to be careful. RGTI. Coming back for the roadmap line. Would be what I expect on that one. MDT. Back to the roadmap line. Looking for that high, this low. Looking for the bounce up through 95.38. Can we make it and get the continuation right there? And CPRX is under the roadmap line. Pharmaceuticals, biotech. Careful. K-Web. You know, looks like it's going to complete the three-wave retrace back to the roadmap line. Unfortunately, if we can't get going there. I was optimistic we might get a pop. Looks like we're going to get the three-wave drop. 2, 3, right back down here. It's probably what's happening. Can't win them all. Bloom Energy. That's straight to freak up. Be careful. We're beyond ridiculous. I don't know what else to say except be careful. Now, it's possible that this was like a however many year in the making. 2019. And we could go popping up to this level. That'd be a 1, 2. We're coming into the danger zone. 135, 228, 750 if it just goes crazy. I'd be careful though. This should do, if we're going to get this high, should do another big pullback. Could last a couple years before we go up there. Not likely just to go in one go on this kind of time frame with that big a correction. Humana. So on the daily chart, got this watermelon seed squeeze crap cooking. We came into it going up, did this consolidation here. I would guess we're going to do this move here. This is usually a B wave of some sort when we do this. So is the A wave here, and this is the B wave, and this is the C wave, or is this the A wave? This is all the B wave, and this is the C wave. I don't know. It's a coin flip. Flip the coin. It's going to break up or down. Usually the